So you missed these two entries into the market. No worries, let's have a look at what happened. Yo, what is up legends, and welcome back to the Wikus Trading channel. Let's have a look what played out last week in the market. As you all know, I expected the market to continue bearish, but the market decided something else. We got quite nice supports on that weekly zone. We broke through the daily zone, we broke through the second and the third daily zone, and eventually broke through the daily trend line with a little bit of a retest roundabouts here, and we started forming resistance on the top daily zone between the weekly and the daily, and we formed a nice little double top on the 4 hour. Eventually on Friday we came back down to retest the trend line as well as the support zone that was basically formed round about there, and the market actually respected that area and started showing more bull momentum to continue to the top. Now before we speculate what's coming up the next week, let's do a complete weekly analysis. Now as always, let's start by marking off the most important areas on the chart. The first one is our monthly zone that we've got round about there, and let's just mark it, our monthly zone, and then we go down to the weekly time frame to mark off the weekly zones that we have. And the weekly zone, the first one we have, is just above this monthly zone. We change it to a weekly zone line and then mark off the other weekly zones. We've got one there and we've got one just above it around about there, and then the top one here that we've got. Now after that we go down to the daily time frame and have a look at what the daily time frame is showing us. There's a lot of daily zones here, but let's mark them off for now, all of them. We mark off that one first, we change the template to a daily zone, and then we place the rest of them as well. We can place this one here, and we can place, now we've got after Friday, we've got that one there, and we've also got this one here. There we go. I think that's all our daily zones. We've got one more actually right there that we can mark. Okay, now let's lock all our zones so we know that we can't lose them on the chart, and go down to back to the monthly time frame to have a look at what we're seeing. So on the monthly time frame, we have just retested the monthly zone. So last week, the closure of the previous week and the open of last week was a retest of the monthly zone that we got, and now we got a nice bullish engulfing candle on the monthly zone, showing us that the market will most probably want to move bullish from this area. But there is one thing we should still keep in mind. We did close this weekly below the weekly zone here, where we've already got 3 successful resistance areas, and now the fourth one that basically showed it did not want to close above that zone with that weekly bearish engulfing candle. Going to the daily time frame and also just drawing in our trend line so that we don't miss it, we add the trend line here where we got a nice retest now, and then this candle. Now this candle is still not a bullish engulfing candle, so I am mostly still seeing a lot of resistance, and my mindset will change into a complete bullish structure as soon as we close above this area. For now, what I'm seeing mostly is a lot of resistance here from this area, a lot of resistance there, and once again a lot of resistance there, especially when we go to the 4 hour and having a look at this nice double top that we have. So this could very possibly just be a retest of the double top neckline round about there before the market starts moving back down. There's a lot of resistance at the specific zone. Let's have a look at the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, the market moved up here. I initially had my trend line below this area, but I realized that it's the wrong spot. The trend line should be there on the daily time frame. So we had a nice retest of the trend line here, and we started forming a little bit of ABCD patterns on the lower time frame, and Friday had a ton of manipulation at the specific area because we have this little order block on the 1 hour here, and we've got this nice support zone of the weekly and the trend line of the daily, holding the market into a bull momentum. If we look at the structure from year A, B, C, D, we now have formed the A, B, C, D on the 1 hour to go into a bull structure, and then we formed the double top on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, and now we've started moving back up. and there is an ABCD pattern on the 1 hour. So what I'm seeing is a lot of bull momentum creeping back into the charts round about this area. Started moving up there, but with a double top I wasn't so sure, but we'll have a lot of bull momentum on the lower time frames. But on the bigger time frames I still see a lot of resistance, and I will only be sold on bull momentum or continuous bull momentum as soon as we break the 16420 area with this daily zone and this weekly zone. So for now, I'm keeping my eyes on sell still until we break out, but there's a lot of manipulation in this area, so be wary just to get into a trade just because you want to. Make sure that you know what you're doing when you get into a trade. So yeah, I hope this video helps all of you. If you got any questions or opinions, please just leave a comment down below. Also be so kind to click on the like button and the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a legendary week. Cheers.